Good morning, everyone. Heather here from 8 Wing CFB Trenton. I am a fitness and sports instructor. I'm here with you this morning for Power Hour. So just a couple things to kind of check off the list before we get started. As always, feel free to work at your own pace. So if there's anything that I'm doing that isn't super comfortable for you or you need a modification, I'll do my best to kind of offer modifications as we go through. We are going to be doing 3 different tri-sets or little mini circuits today, and we're going to try to make our way through 2, maybe 3 rounds of each one. We'll kind of see how we're doing time-wise. So each circuit is going to have a power exercise or like a plyometric kind of based exercise, a strength movement, and then a core movement. So we're going to kind of work with that format for the class this morning. I am going to not be playing any music on my end, so if there's some music that you'd like to be playing in the background, feel free to do that. I'm just going to quickly go over a quick disclaimer. So this is also in the description of this video, so if you're looking for those reference documents that I'm going to be talking about, you can access those there. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it's entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If you are a CAF member and you sustain an injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98. So before we kind of get started with our warm-up and get into our circuits, I'm just going to kind of go through a quick demo of all the exercises. So for today's circuit, you're going to need a mat, you're going to need a set of dumbbells, sort of light to medium weight for that, and you're going to need a mini band for the warm-up. If you don't have any of these things with you, no worries, we can still kind of work with that. I'm going to take my glasses off now so I can no longer see anything. But it will be way too sweaty of a workout to be using those. Okay, so our first circuit, so again, I'm just going to quickly demo all those exercises and then we'll get on with our workout or our warm-up. So our very first exercise, we're going to be doing 6 reps of this one, is a burpee broad jump. So I'm going to kind of use my mat for this portion because my floor is a little bit dusty. So basically what you're going to do is bring your hands down to the mat. You're going to come all the way down to the floor, jump back up, and then instead of your jump straight up, you're going to jump forward as far as you can. So I'm going to kind of use my mat as a guide, and my goal is going to be to try to get from one end of my mat to the other. Then I'm just going to turn around, go back the other way. So we're going to be doing 6 reps of that one for our first power exercise. From there, we're going to come into a stand kneel stand. So you can weight this one or not. If you're going to weight it, you can kind of hold it in sort of a goblet squat position so I can show with and without the weight. So from here, you're going to start in a standing position. You're going to come all the way down to a kneel, then come back up to a stand, trying to stay up nice and tall. We're going to do 10 reps of that exercise, 5 with each leg leaving. So that's just the leg that we're going down with first and up with first. And then from there, we're going to go into our core exercise. So we're going to hold a plank for 1 minute. So choices would be to be in your plank from your hands, or you can be down on your forearms. And we're just going to hold that plank for 1 minute. We'll take about a 2-minute rest in between rounds of the circuit. Maybe more, we'll kind of see how things are going. It's pretty humid out here, so I might need more than 2 minutes. Second circuit that we are going to go through, our power exercise is a plyo lunge. So instead of switching feet for this, I'm going to have you stay on one leg. So basically it's going to look like you're going to step back into a reverse lunge, but then on the way up is where that power comes in. So you're going to be powering up off of that front leg. We're going to do 6 per side. So it's going to be a step back into a lunge. On the way up, you're going to jump up through that front leg and then step right back into the lunge. So we'll do 6 total on one side. We'll switch to the other side. From there, our strength exercise that we're going to work through is going to be a low squat walkout. So again, I'm going to kind of use my mat as guidance for this. My feet are going to be out a little bit wider than hip width apart. And you're going to come down into a squat hold to start. So this is going to be our start position. From here, we're going to walk all the way up to a plank and then walk ourselves all the way back into that squat hold. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to walk back out again. So we're going to be doing 10 reps of that. And then our core exercise on this set, weighted or not, is going to be a dead bug or a full extension. So if you're going to do dead bug, preferably not weighted. If you want the more challenging version, you can go to the full extension. So dead bug is knees are bent at 90, arms are up overhead, opposite arm, opposite leg extends out, come back up to the top, extend out. So if dead bug's way too easy, I'm going to have you try to do a full extension. So you're going to start, same start position as your dead bug, but arms and legs are going to extend out at the same time and then come back up. So making sure you're keeping your lower back flat to the mat. If you can't, think about extending your legs more up and out versus out towards the back wall. If that's not challenging enough, you can add weight to that. So start position is the same, extend out and back up. So option to add on to that circuit. And then our third and final circuit that we're going to work through, you're going to need your dumbbells. We're going to do a squat thrust. So weights are up at your shoulders. You're going to come down into a squat, and then at the top, you're going to overhead press. We're going to do 6 of those. From there, we're coming into a renegade row. So from a plank position, you are going to step back. And then from here, alternating arms, pulling up towards your chest. We're going to do 10 total of those. And then our final core exercise for that third set is going to be a Superman hold. So down on your mat, arms extended out, lift both arms, both legs up and hold for that minute. So again, options for that one. If you are unable to do the renegade rows or you don't have dumbbells with you, you can always just do that motion body weight only. With the Superman, you can have the option of just alternating opposite arm, opposite leg lift up to make that a little bit easier rather than holding for that full amount of time. So I'm just gonna grab a quick drink. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I will kind of pop up closer to my phone and get super close because I can't see in between rest intervals, just to make sure that everything's going okay if you are following along with me this morning. So we will get started with our warm-up. So as I said, you're going to need a mini band for the warm-up. When I say need, if you don't have one, no worries, you can still kind of go through the motions without. So we won't start with it. I'm just going to have you make sure you have that off to the side. And then from here, we're just going to kind of take it into a march. Just get those legs moving a little bit. I already feel pretty warm just after doing that demo. So I'm a little bit ahead of you on the warm-up portion. And then instead of lifting those knees to the front, we're going to take it into just kind of a bit of a heel kick. Just getting the backs of the legs to wake up a little bit. Me back into that march, add some shoulder rolls in there. Good, shake those arms out. We're gonna stay on one side, thumb is pointing to the front. We're gonna reach up overhead as far as you can go, trying to keep that arm up nice and tall. Once you've gone as far as you can go at the top, you're gonna rotate through your hand, come all the way back around, and then we're gonna reverse it. So reach back as far as you can and then rotate through your hand to come all the way back to the front. We'll do that 2 more times. Trying to kind of take that shoulder through your end ranges, whatever is comfortable. And one more time through. A little bit of snap, crackle, and pop happening on that shoulder this morning. Over to the other side. Reach up as high as you can on that side. Rotate through the hand, come all the way back around, and then reverse it. So only rotating through the hand kind of when you've come to that sort of end range. Same thing happening on this side, so if you're in the same boat, as long as it's not painful, don't be concerned if you're hearing some noises. One more time all the way through. Perfect. I'm gonna have you come down to your mat. We'll do a couple more things down here before we add the band in. So I'm gonna have you take one hand off the mat, so up towards the side of your head. You're gonna point that elbow up, look up, and point the elbow back down to the floor. Let's do that 2 more times. And last one. Perfect. Other side. Point that elbow up, look up, point it back down to the floor. And one more time. Perfect. From here, we're going to do something similar to what we just did for our shoulders, but for our hips this time. So starting from that quadruped position, you're going to bend your knees so your heel is coming towards your glutes. We're going to pull the knee in as far as you can towards yourself. Then we're going to take that knee out to the side as far as you can, and then follow that circle around to bring that heel up behind, and then come back to that start position. Let's do 2 more of that direction. So again, trying to kind of hit those end ranges of your hip. If you start to feel like you're getting kind of a cramp in the glute or anything, back off a little bit, or if it's uncomfortable, back off a little bit. We're going to reverse that range of motion. So in that start position, we're going to push the heel up first, and then come all the way back around. So try not to change position with your hips. Try not to kind of sag to one side. One more time. Nice. We're going to go over to the other side. So start position, bend into that knee, bring your heel towards your glute. Tuck that knee in, come out to the side, come all the way back around, and back into start position. Let's do 2 more in that direction. Nice, let's reverse it. So heel goes back first, then come all the way back around. 2 more. Perfect. All right. We'll grab that band if you have it. Again, if you don't have one, no worries. Just go through the exact same motions that I'm going through, just without that added resistance. So we're going to bring that band onto our legs, just above the knee. And we are going to start off with some forward and back walks. So I'm just going to kind of use the length of my mat so that I'm staying in the frame. But if you have more space, feel free to use the space that you have. So your knees are going to be out wider than hip width apart. You're going to kind of sit your hips back a little bit. And we're going to do a forward walk. So staying nice and low. And you're trying to force your feet kind of to the outside edges. So going the length of my mat, I can only take about 4 steps, and then I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to go 2 more times forward and back. Again, if you don't have a band, you can still do this, just without that added resistance. 1 more forward and back. Nice. Okay, we're going to switch to a lateral walk. So same kind of concept. You are coming down into that little bit of a squat. You're going to step out to the side as wide as you can. Step those feet together. I'm going to only do about 3 the length of my mat. And we're going to go back the other way. Let's do that 2 more times. My hips are waking up. I don't know about you. things that we're gonna do. So we're gonna have our feet about shoulder width apart. So this is kind of our start position here. We're gonna sit back into our squat a little bit. We're gonna step 1 foot back on a 45-degree angle and then step back to start. Back at that 45, back to start. Let's do 10 on the side. Should feel those glutes warming up. Shouldn't talk and count at the same time. I think we're at about 7 there. And there's 10. We're gonna go on the other side on that 45-degree angle, stepping back and then bringing those feet back together. Almost through that warm up. There's 10. Okay, a few more things that we're gonna do with the band and then we'll wrap that up. So feet are about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. We're gonna just come down through our regular range of motion squat just with the addition of the band. So come on back and up. We're gonna do 10 of them. I wanna make sure we're warming up really well for these types of workouts because we're kind of coming right out the gate with that burpee broad jump. If we're not warmed up, that will not go so well. So keeping your knees in alignment, the band wants to kind of pull them in, kind of force to push those knees out. 2 more. Awesome. 1 more exercise with the band before we move on to our first circuit. We're gonna do a bridge with that band on. So feet are flat on the floor, knees about hip width apart. Again, you wanna have tension in that band. You're trying to keep your knees apart, so not letting them kind of fold in and touch. And from here, hands down to the ground. You're gonna lift your hips up, squeeze through your glute, lower back down, maintain that tension on the band. We're doing 10. Perfect. And while we're down, we can take this opportunity to take the band off without trying to do it standing and losing our balance. And we can just toss that band out to the side. We will not need it. Grab a sip of water before we get started. So again, for that first circuit that we're gonna do, we have that burpee broad jump, so we're doing 6. Secondly, we have our stand kneel stand, so I'm gonna weight mine, 5 each leg, so 10 total. And then from there, we're gonna go into our 1-minute plank hold. We will rest from there, and then we're gonna go through that same circuit again. So again, I'm gonna use the length of my mat. You can feel free to follow along with me. If you feel like you need a little bit more rest even between exercises, feel free to take it. I'm just gonna kind of go off of what I feel like I need during the actual circuit, and then as I said, we're gonna take about a 2-minute rest in between at least. All right, so that burpee broad jump, I'm using my mat for my distance. We are doing 6 total. If you don't wanna come all the way down to the floor, don't. You can just jump those feet back, jump them back in. Here we go, we're doing 6. That's 3. 4. 5. And 6. I'm gonna grab my dumbbell. Whew, 6 feels like a lot of that. I'm gonna hold mine in a goblet squat, starting in that stand position, come down to that kneel, back up to stand. I'm gonna stay on that leg for 5, and then switch. If you'd rather alternate, that's okay too. There's 5 on that leg. Nice. Get rid of that dumbbell. We're moving into our plank hold. We're gonna hold that plank for a minute. I'm gonna go for the forearm version. Let's go in another 15 seconds here. Catch your breath if you need to before you come down. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up into that plank hold. Keep that neck in a neutral position. Feet can be together or apart. If you're on your forearms, elbows are under your shoulders. Stay nice and tight through the core, through your glutes, through your quads. Stay nice and strong in the plank. And don't forget to breathe. Hold here. Almost there. Get a little bit of a longer rest after this, so hang in there. You got it. If you need to drop to your knees at any point, feel free to do that. You've got 10 seconds, let's go. 3, 2, 1, and down. Nice job. We'll take a 2-minute rest. Grab a sip of water. Okay. So I hope everyone's doing okay after that first round, if you are tuned in right now. I think we will have enough time to go through 3 rounds of this set, so we're gonna do it. I might regret that after this second set of burpee broad jumps, but we'll make it happen. There's always a point when you're doing your own programmed workout where you question why you programmed what you did, because it's really hard. But that is the beauty of teaching. Forces you to get outside of your comfort zone too and do some things that you maybe don't love doing. Just kidding, I love all exercises. Just maybe burpees a little less than the others. I'm sure you can relate. All right, we'll take another minute or so, and then we're gonna jump right into round 2 of our first circuit. So we're gonna come back to those burpee broad jumps. So as we kind of work through our sets, if you can set sort of a point on the floor and have that be your goal for how far forward you're jumping, try to stick to that. So try to make every rep count. We're only doing 6, so make them super strong. Another 15 seconds or so, and then we're going to get through our second round of this set, or of this circuit. All right, let's get it done. 6 burpee broad jumps. Let's go. And 6. Nice job. If you want to do these ones body weight, feel free. Grabbing my dumbbell. Stand, kneel, stand. 5 each side. Let's go. Again, if you want to alternate, that's an option. I'm doing all 5 on one lead leg. And then switching. Two more. Nice. Getting ready for that plank hold. We're going to get into that in about, let's say, another 10 seconds from here. Catch your breath a little bit. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it done. Plank hold, 1 minute. Just making sure everything's in alignment. Squeezing through your quads, through your glutes. Keep that neck neutral. Stay nice and long. If you need to drop to your knees, always an option. If you need to take a break, come down out of it, jump back in when you can. 20 seconds left, let's go. Almost there. More seconds. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1, and down. Nice job. Grab a sip of water. 2 minutes rest. It is warm out here this morning. If it's this humid at 7:30, it's gonna be a hot one today. Hope you guys decided to maybe work out in air conditioning instead of your garage like I did. All right, so we have one more round of this circuit before we're gonna move on to circuit 2. So another minute or so that we're gonna take a rest before we jump into set number 3. And we have 2 more circuits that we're going to be working through. Again, if you have any questions about an exercise or need a modification, let me know. I will do my best to offer that up. But again, don't have glasses on, can't see that far, so I'll have to check in when we're on a break. Okay. Another 30 seconds or so, and then we are going to get into set number 3 of circuit 1. This is the last time we're doing these burpee broad jumps today. So again, only doing 6, so try to make them really strong. You don't have to rush through them. Take your time to do them properly and really get that powerful jump forward if you can. If that jump forward is not happening for you anymore, our option is to do 2 walking lunges after you come down to that burpee. And if you can't jump down into that burpee, you can always do that step back version instead. Lots of modifications available for a burpee. Okay. Let's get it done. Last round of these burpee broad jumps. We're doing 6. Come on down. And there's 6. Again, if you want to do these ones body weight, always an option. Here we go. Downside of a long ponytail. whip yourself in the eye, doing a burpee. I already can't see, that's probably just gonna make it worse. 5 on one side, and then switch legs. Or alternate, 10 total. Nice job. Last time, plank hold. I'm gonna give you another 15 seconds here. And then holding that plank for a minute. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it done. Up and hold. Keep holding, almost there. Again, taking this time to kind of check in with your plank. Are you squeezing through your glutes and your quads? Is your core tight? Are your elbows or wrists in alignment? Is your neck neutral? Are you breathing? Ask yourself all those questions, and that'll hopefully eat up a little bit of time so you don't think about how long we're holding this plank. We've got 20 seconds left. We got this. If you need to come down, jump back in when you can. We're down to 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, down. Nice job, guys. One round down, or one circuit down. Getting ready to jump into our second circuit. So, new exercises. Sticking with kind of the same format. So for our power exercise, we are sticking with 6 reps, keeping it nice and low so that you can work super hard for those 6 reps, make them count. We are gonna do a plyo reverse lunge. So you are starting standing. You're gonna step back into your lunge. Option if you don't wanna jump is just to bring that knee up and balance, or power off that front leg, stepping back into your lunge again. We'll do 6 each side of that. Then we're going into that low squat walkout. 10 reps of this one, and we're gonna hold that squat for a 3 count in between. So you're down your squat. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna walk all the way out to your plank. Walk all the way back. 1, 2, 3. So if you're following along with my count, I will do that 3 count out loud. Hopefully I've caught my breath enough after those plyo lunges. And then our core exercise on this set is going to be our dead bug or our full extension, weighted or unweighted. And again, we're going to be doing that core exercise for 1 minute. So do what you can. If you need to take a break and jump back in, that is always an option. All right. Another 20-30 seconds or so of rest before we'll get into our second circuit. So we are going to start off with those plyo lunges. So I'm going to be doing all 6 on one leg before I switch sides. If you'd rather do a switch lunge or a jump lunge version, if that's more your style, feel free to sub that in. That will be a good one as well. I just find it a little bit challenging to get my feet in the right position when I do those, so I feel like I'm a little stronger and more able to generate that power when I'm doing a single leg variation. All right, let's get it done. So we're going to step back into that lunge, power up off that front leg, and we're doing 6 each side. Nice, switch sides. Perfect. When you're done those, take a minute, catch your breath. We're going to do our squat walkout. So come on down that squat, hold for a 3 count. 2, 3, let's walk it out. And then walk it back in. Hold down. Walk it out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's 6. 1, 2, 3. Almost there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Last walk out. Beautiful. Come on up. Nice job. Come on down to your mat. So options are dead bug or full extension. If you want to weight that extension and do a pullover in conjunction with it, that is up to you. Keeping in mind we are doing this for 1 minute. We're going to go another 10 seconds, so choose your variation. I'm going to start with full extension. I might switch halfway through. Here we go. So as you're extending out, keeping that lower back nice and flat. If you're doing that dead bug, alternating opposite arm, opposite leg as an option. Keeping my head down the whole time. Nice and tight through the core. Keep that lower back flat. Try not to round through your back. Again, instead of extending your legs out, you can extend them up instead as an alternative to continue to do the full extension. Just maybe not come down as low. We've got 10 seconds left. Keep going. And that is 1 minute. Nice job, guys. Round 1 down. Grab yourselves a drink of water. 2-minute rest. So we've got 2 more rounds of this one to go. If you need to modify or take longer breaks in between exercises, that is always an option. We are going to try to make it through our full 3 rounds of this set as well. Take about another minute of rest, and we'll get right back into those plyo lunges. So we're starting off strong with that power exercise. After we've taken our rest, try to make the most out of those movements with our low reps. Again, if you have any questions, if you're watching throughout, feel free to ask them. If you need a different modification for anything, always happy to offer that. All right, another 15 seconds or so, and then we're going to get into set number 2. All right, coming back to that plyo lunge. Start on whatever side you would like. We are doing 6 reps total. Here we go. Switch sides. come over to the edge of your mat. Low squat, hold, walk out, come on down. 1, 2, 3, walk it out. For 1, 1, 2, 3. There's 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Halfway on this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We've got 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Come on down to your mat, full extension or dead bugs. We're gonna go in 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. If you start off with full extension, you start to get tired, feel free to switch to that dead bug at any time. Keep that lower back flat. And rest. Nice job. Grab yourselves a drink. 2-minute break. 1 more round of this circuit. Another minute or so before we jump into our last round of our second circuit. And we've got 1 more circuit to work our way through. Another 20 seconds to go, and then we will jump into that round. So 6 plyo lunges each side, 10 walkouts, and 1 minute of our full extension. All right, let's get it done right here, 6 per side. Down to that squat hold. 1, 2, 3, walk it out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Halfway on this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Come on down to your mat. Last round of dead bugs or full extension. In 10 seconds, we're going to start. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, 1 minute. Almost there. 5 seconds. Nice job. Come on up. Circuit 2, done. One more circuit to make our way through. And then we'll be into our cool down. So we're gonna need dumbbells for this next round. If you don't have them, no worries. You can sub without, just do the same movement pattern, just body weight. So we are gonna start out with a squat thruster. So you're holding your dumbbells at your shoulders. Come back into that squat, up and press. We're doing 6. From there, we're coming into our renegade row. So we're in a plank position, dumbbells under our hands, alternating pulls for 10. And then we're gonna do a Superman hold. So down on the mat, down on your front, full arm leg extension. If you find that that's too difficult to hold for a minute, you can do opposite arm, opposite leg extensions, or hold for shorter periods of time, come back down, jump in. If you have any shoulder issues, feel free to hold your Superman with your hands in instead of hands extended. A couple different options for you there. Maybe do about another 30 seconds or so of rest before we jump into our third circuit. This one will be probably a little bit quicker than the second round that we did, so hopefully we'll be able to make it through our full 3 sets. 15 seconds, then we're going to grab those dumbbells. Grab those. Here we go. 6, squat thrust. Nice. From there, plank row. rocking side to side, you can have your feet a little bit farther apart versus close together to try to maintain that solid core. We're gonna do 10. Nice job. Over to your mat. 1 minute Superman hold. Let's go up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Again, if you want to hold here instead, that's an option. Or you can do opposite arm, opposite leg lifts. Or try to hold. Keep your neck neutral. Keep holding, you got this. Breathe. 10 seconds. Hand down. Nice job. Take a quick breather. I'm going to go through again. Nice job so far. We are almost done. Let's grab those dumbbells, round 2, squat thrust, renegade row, Superman. Here we go, we're doing 6 of these. Into our renegade row for 10. To our mat. Superman hold, we're going to go up in 12 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and hold. Remembering your options. Shoulders bothering you, you can tuck those elbows in. Still try to lift that chest up. Almost there, keep holding. Seconds, let's go. Almost there. And come on down. Nice job. Grab a sip of water. We're going to try to squeeze in that last round before we move into our cool down. Third and final round of our third circuit. Coming up. yarn this morning. A little bit more rest, and then we're just going to power through that last round, and we will be done and into our cool down. All right, let's get it done. Last round, 6 squat thrusters. Here we go. Renegade row. Nice. And 1 minute of Superman to finish it off. Let's go in 15 seconds. In 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and hold. Last minute. Almost there. Keep holding, keep breathing. Almost done. And down. Nice job, guys. We made it through. Grab a quick sip of water, and then we're going to come through into our cool down. So again, if you have any questions about anything that we did today, feel free to put them in the comments. I will do my best to answer your questions. We are just going to start in a seated position. Let's bring our hands together out in front, round out through our back. My back and my shoulders are really feeling it after that lock circuit, but it could also be because I had a lot of push-ups yesterday in yoga. Bring your hands around to your lower back, pull your shoulders back. If you have the time after this workout and you want a little bit more of a stretch and some extra push-ups, feel free to check out yoga from yesterday. Or there are lots of different classes available to have a peek at on the Calf Connection website. You can see the full schedule of all the virtual fitness classes that are being offered at all the different bases, and you can tune into one of those. There's some stretch options through a flexibility mobility fusion. So you may be able to find something else that you can supplement with. Bring one arm across the chest. Other side. Over to that first side, tricep stretch. Keep in mind that if you have injured yourself at all today and you are a calf member, please remember to fill out a CF98. bring one hand to your opposite knee, other hand is coming in behind you, and just look out over that shoulder. Hands to sides. We're going to come down onto one side. And just bring that top leg, bring your heel towards your glute. Roll over onto your front, bring your hands under your shoulders. You can either just do a little chest lift, or you can come up into full extension of the arms if that's what if you're comfortable with that. Keep your shoulders fan out of your ears. Lower back down, roll to your other side. I'm just gonna flip so that I can be facing the front, and you're gonna bring that top leg, heel towards your glute. Release that, roll back onto your front. You're going to start to bring those hands under your shoulders, push up onto your knees, walk your hands all the way back towards your legs, tuck your toes under. You're going to straighten up through your legs first, and then kind of just hang, getting that little bit of a hamstring stretch in, and then just slowly roll yourself all the way up to a stand, one vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders out. Once again, if you have any questions about anything that we did in today's class, feel free to leave them in the comments. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.